Over the past 3 years, the Wrestleverse has continued to expand like never before. Sanctioned and unsanctioned fight leagues, wrestling promotions, underground fight clubs, and narrative correctors. The Wrestleverse continues to become ever more connected with each passing second, opening doors to dream matches fans never thought were possible. Now, fight promotions across the globe are allowing wrestlers to compete in competitive markets, creating a broader portfolio for the competitors and a hell of a lot of amazing fight cards for the Wrestleverse. This is a Wrestleverse Top 10.
What's up, fight fans? Greetings from the Wrestleverse. It's your boy T-John, and welcome to your Wrestleverse Top 10. So, I know it's been a while. I apologize for that, but it gives me a lot more news to talk about than normal, I guess. But yeah, I'm gonna step it back up, guys. Don't worry. Doing the top 5 tomorrow, top 5s from now on, top 10s on the weekends, and in the beginning of the week as well. We're gonna get this ball right back rolling. Trust me. No more of the BS. I'm back on schedule. But with all that being said, let's jump right into it, shall we? Let's get into number 10. So a lot of this stuff I'm going to tell you off the bat. We had a whole lot of news come back out from Monday Night Raw. So we got some new appearances, or reappearances, I should say, because Asuka's back, baby. She is back. We have not seen her since Money in the Bank in July of 2021. So almost a full year of not seeing Asuka in WWE. She's been rumored to have, she was supposed to return a few times. At least there were rumors of it. And she had shoulder surgery back in March. She was supposed to be ready to go from there, but there was literally nothing. We hadn't heard anything official. And this one was a surprise to me. I had no idea she was going to show up. And now she has this feud with Becky Lynch. That's going to be such a great feud for her and Becky Lynch, who is also trying to get back on the rise after she lost against Bianca Belair. So this all around is a really good booking. I'm super excited about it. Hopefully they'll be fighting at Backlash. I think that's what they're alluding to, but there's nothing set in stone yet. So until we have actual news about it, I'm just going to speculate, but I'm pretty sure they're going to have that match at Backlash. So yeah, Becky versus Asuka is going to be a banger, but we got another appearance for you. So let's get into number 9. All right, another face who I honestly did not expect to see back in WWE territory at all. Mustafa Ali back in the WWE verse. How awesome is that? So he's been away for more than 6 months. And, he also had allegedly requested a release from the WWE. So then they even brought that up in their little segment that him, The Miz, hold up. Test. Okay, cool. I'm still here. I just had to make sure my audio was still good. Test. Cool. All right. Woo. I don't want no more audio issues. Anyway, we had last night we saw Mustafa Ali go into it with The Miz and Austin Theory, and they kind of alluded to, his issues backstage that have been kind of brought up to light with the heads of the WWE universe. So seeing him back last night was really dope. He had a great match with The Miz where he was victorious, and he got a little hit that he got from Tommaso Ciampa. Jesus, that's a blurry pic. Let me get that off the screen. But that's pretty interesting, because now does that mean that we're going to get a match between them? I would love that. I want to see. Oh, I'm going to put that comment up. What's up, Brooklyn Joker? Says, I want to see Ali win the U.S. Championship. I do too. I think that's what they're going to allude to as well. He's coming for Austin Theory. He made that perfectly clear last night. So that's going to be a match that happens. Maybe it'll be Theory's first, defense at Backlash. This would make Backlash more interesting, because I just was saying it, I think this morning, that I'm really not into Backlash right now. So we're going to make this more of a thing, I am 100% down. Like, I'm all for it. So I'm hoping that that's another booking that they'll make. So yeah, we'll see. But I also like the whole Ciampa situation. And yes, he did change his name to Ciampa. He is no longer Tommaso Ciampa. It's just Ciampa. So, you know, WWE is going to do what the WWE does. But let's move on to number 8. All right, so Eric Bischoff was talking on a podcast and claims that Tony Khan will never invite him to another AEW event. And I mean, from what I'm hearing, I mean, I get it, but it's not like anything Eric Bischoff said was wrong. So if you didn't know, these two have been beefing for a while, apparently. And it's because Eric Bischoff thinks that they have plateaued, like AEW has plateaued in a way. And he made some pretty, he basically doubled down on the comments that he made on the MacMania podcast. And he just was like, unless Tony Khan changes his format where, you know, he just books for the internet, you know, he just does like the matches that we want to see. If he doesn't change that format, his audience won't grow, which would make it kind of makes sense. I'm gonna be honest. That has some validity to it. But you know, Tony Khan does not take well to criticism, and we all know that. But with, you know, speaking on like the business side and everything, the fact that Discovery is now merged with Warner Media, it's less slots. They're gonna start making cuts on programs unless AEW can actually have more of a competitive, I guess, nature to it comparing to WWE. Will the execs of Warner Media think that, you know, AEW or even ROH for that matter is worth keeping on their platforms? That's the biggest questions here. We have a lot of people that want to see AEW prosper. I am one of them. But will the business people, and that's really what it's always about, will they see it the same way? Let's hope that, you know, what Eric Bischoff is saying is only with like a grain of salt. It isn't going to be that bad in terms of, you know, AEW. But Tony Khan is not, you know, for a lot of these comments, as we can see, because I'm a bot. And a lot of us are also bots. Anybody who criticizes AEW is a bot. So, you know, take what I say, I guess, also with a grain of salt. But I guess we can move on then to number 7. All right, so this one is pretty good. I actually really like this. 2 WWE Hall of Famers have now called for Charlotte Flair to start wrestling men. And I love that. I think that that's probably the best move for her. And I am so down with that, bro. So it was Mark Henry and Bully Ray. They actually were the ones that said it on what's the podcast that they were on? I don't even remember. But they were making remarks on the podcast that they were on, saying that ever since Charlotte Flair hit Drew Gulak with that figure 8 leg lock that she did, like, Mark Henry has been all for it. For one, he's been super vocal, and I really believe that that is also the best move for Charlotte Flair. One, like Mark Henry said, she has the potential to finally reach Ric Flair's kind of level if she does that, because she's beaten everybody that she needs to in the women's division. And I honestly think that anything that she does at this point in the women's, like in women's wrestling, is moot. Doesn't matter. It's kind of boring to see her fighting the women. If you want Charlotte to stay relevant and entertaining, let her beat up some dudes. That would actually be fun. She's super strong. She's extremely athletic. She can talk a lot of shit. Why not book her? Book her to fight some of these dudes. I'm telling you, she don't have to win a championship, but it would be kind of cool to see that too. You know, why not fight for the Intercontinental title? It's that day and age. Or we could just see her get her ass whooped too. That's always fun too. But the whole point is to make it entertaining as possible. You get what I'm saying? So I think that if we're gonna keep seeing Charlotte Flair, please no more Ronda Rousey bookings. let Ronda Rousey fight some men too. You can do it for both of them because they both have that potential. But I really think that would be a very, very smart crossover to do. But I don't want to dwell too much on it. That's just my real opinion. And clearly, I got some Hall of Famers that back me up as well because I'm backing them up. So I'd love to see it. But let's move right on to number 6. So we have a new AAA Reina de Reinas champion after Impact Rebellion. Taya Valkyrie is now the new Reina de Reinas champion. She defeated Deonna Purrazzo at I just lost it. Oh, the Impact Rebellion is sitting there looking at me in my face. She defeated her and is, now the champ. Before this though, Deonna Purrazzo was, she was the champ for since August 14th, 2021. Yeah, she defeated Fabi Apache at Triple Mania 29 and all the way in 2021. So she's held this title for a good long while, damn near a year. So yeah, it was probably time, but definitely had to make the list. Congrats to Taya Valkyrie for that dub. All right, but let's get into number 5. All right, so we got another one. So Impact Rebellion was dope. If you did not watch Impact Rebellion, shame on you. Go back and watch it because there were some great matches. And we also have a new X Division champ thanks to that promotion. And it is none other than Ace Austin. Super awesome. Fantastic. He's now a 3-time Impact X Division champion. He beat Trey Miguel and Speedball Mike Bailey. Unfortunately, it had to be my boy Speedball, but it was a great, great match. Well-earned dub for Ace Austin. And this is his first X Division title reign was in 2019 to April 2020. And the second one was March of last year to April. So he lost that one pretty quick. But before losing the title tonight, Trey Miguel had held it since October of last year when he won it at Bound for Glory. So we'll see how long Ace Austin can hold it, or is my boy Speedball Mike Bailey gonna come back and try to get that X Division championship off his hands? That would be dope. And I didn't add him to the list, and I just didn't want to disrespect my boy Josh Alexander like that. He also got that championship belt on his waist. I had to add him to it in some way, shape, or form. He deserved to be on the list. So congrats to Josh Alexander. And like I said, if you didn't watch Impact Rebellion, go back and watch that one. That one was a 4-star event for sure. But let's get into now number 4. So we're finally hearing some things from FTR about these rumors about how the WWE wants them. That had to be put on the list. I've been waiting for FTR to say something about it, and they finally did. They got on the latest episode of the Sessions with Renee Paquette, and they just were talking about, they finally addressed the rumors, with WWE being interested in bringing them back since, they left the WWE about 2 years ago. And, they honestly said they really don't know much. They're just hearing the rumors like we are. Nobody has reached out to them, which is probably for the best. They also they don't seem that interested to go back because we all know that the WWE isn't really putting that emphasis on tag teams. They have no interest in not becoming known as the best tag team duo in the world ever. So that's their goal. Of course, the WWE has the money, but for them, it's not just about the money. They mainly want to make that legacy for themselves and for, wrestling as a whole. And until the WWE can accommodate that, that's not really a thing that they're interested in right now. And they also made it clear that they really do rock with Tony Khan. And out of respect for him, they're not going to have any talks with anybody until after their contract with AEW is up. So respect to them for that. And also some really cool news on why they changed the name of their finisher. And they said it was because, it was called the Shatter Machine. And they changed it to the Big Rig in honor of their friend and the late and great Brody Lee. So they just want to honor Brody anytime they're in the ring. And they did ask Brody's wife, Amanda, for permission. I think that is a beautiful thing, and I love the name change. And I think I pretty much knew when they changed it, what it was for, but I didn't know that they were close. I didn't even know that they knew him like that. So that's super awesome. That's always beautiful. I love that everybody speaks so well about Brody and, his impact on literally every wrestler or person that knew him. So always awesome. And I love the news just in general about FTR. I don't really know if I want them to go back to the WWE. Not yet. Maybe in a few years. Maybe they could pull a Cody. That would be kind of cool. But cement your legacy first as the best tag team duo ever first. And you only need another year or two to do that. So I'm down. And then after that, come back over to WWE, make some money before your body gives out. But with that being said, let's just move into number 3. All right, so this one is a really cool article on the NJPW president, Takami Ohbari. So my dude had an eventful week, whatever you want to call it. So, he was in the U.S. Because he was involved with his NJPW promotion, and also helped Tony Khan announce, the merge that's happening between the AEW and NJPW Forbidden Door event that's going on in Chicago in a few months. So with that, he finally goes home, goes back to Japan. Turns out that he saved a little girl's life on a train. She fell off the train station and fell into the tracks. And he and the little girl's mom helped, get her out of the train and back on the platform, or back off the tracks and up to the platform. So that's super dope news. I think that's awesome. Very heroic stuff from the NJPW president. Like I said, a super eventful week too that he's having. But you're always a hero in your presidents and stuff like that. So super dope. Kudos to Takami Ohbari. But yeah, enough of that. We got some pretty crazy, not crazy news, but pretty awesome news as well at 2. So the stable has a name. Edge and Damian Priest have finally revealed their stable name, and it is called Judgment Day. And I love that name. And because it gives us flashbacks, man. Do y'all remember, 2008? Judgment Day with the Edge. And that always is what I thought about when I saw this. Because I remember having the DVD, and, he had what's it called? The scale. So I always thought about that. And I honestly thought it was going to be called the Mountain of Omnipotence or something. But Judgment Day, it sounds better. It rolls off the tongue a lot easier. And yeah, man. We finally have a name, so it is official. It is a stable. It is exactly what we all wanted. So now we just need Rhea Ripley to show up after beating Liv Morgan a few times, maybe just one time, and have Edge and Damian show up in the middle of their match. Let that happen. I would love that. And then also brought up Ciampa already. Need to see my boy in there too. Maybe when he fights Mustafa Ali. Let him get some work in there too. I would love that. But yeah, man, I'm loving the fact that we finally have a name for the stable, because that just makes it all official. Everything that we've been saying, it's going to be the best stable in the WWE. Mark my words. I'm telling you, and if it's not, that will be one of the biggest disappointments of my life. So let's hope that doesn't happen. But without further ado, let's get into number 1. So this is some pretty awesome news. Yeah, that's all I didn't even know how to say about it. One of my favorite wrestlers of all time, and I think this is almost everybody's like top 5 wrestlers of all time, Kenny Omega, talking about how he hopes to attend this convention on the same weekend as the AEW NJPW Forbidden Door event. I don't know if he's going to be there at the Forbidden Door. It more so sounds like, he'll be at this different event. It's the CEO 2022 Fighting Game Championships. That's where he's trying to go. Of course, he has a bunch of injuries that he's trying to recover from right now. He's recovering from like this knee surgery that he just got. That's going to take like 10 weeks to recover from. He's also supposed to get another surgery, for like sports hernia. There's a lot, dude. He has a lot of things to recover from before we see him actually step back in the ring if he decides to. But man, it would be so awesome if he did. And like I said, man, he's eyeing to be back for the CEO 2022 Fighting Game Championships. He really wants there to be some AEW presence in that event. So that's why he said he wants to make that happen. Said, so quoting him, he said, "We're going to try. It is, I would say, things are in the works to make it doable, and it would take just very strange scheduling or prior business commitments on our side of things, the AEW side, which would forcefully pull me away." So it sounds like it's a done deal, like he's going to be there. But he said, but if he has the time, or if he can create something, an opportunity for AEW or an AEW game presentation, perhaps, I don't know, but I'd love to have a presence there, and I'd love AEW to have a presence as well. So, like I said, if he is able to do that, that would be pretty awesome, because it sounds to me like he just wants a presence for AEW and the Wrestleverse, which is a really dope business move. It sounds like he's trying to just push AEW in a bigger light, which is kind of what they need right now. If we're going back to the argument that Eric Bischoff is saying, your ratings aren't as high as they need to be. Your popularity isn't where it needs to be, especially for this merger. So for the betterment of the company, you might want to send your boy Kenny Omega out there to help out some, because Kenny Omega is a mega star, right? So that might be the best move to do. Let that man help you out. But that's all that I got for you guys today. Thank you guys for tuning into another awesome Wrestleverse Top 10. Yeah, man, as always, like, share, comment, subscribe to Take It to the Ring. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Take It to the Ring, TTR Wrestling, All Real Crew, all that. We'll do it all tonight. Tonight's NXT. I'll be live tweeting that, doing the rundown tomorrow. We got a top 5 tomorrow. We got a whole lot planned, man. So I'll see you guys back here tomorrow, early in the morning, 8 a.m. I know that's not early to all of y'all, but it's early enough for me. So I'll see you guys then. And yeah, until next time, it's your boy T-John. Keep it real.